Good morning. This is Rashad Mitchell coming to you live from my YouTube channel. As I continue on the week that was college football history in review, the 1977 college football season for September the 17th. Let's get started. We got West Virginia upset number 11 Maryland 24 to 16. Now upset victim Terps dug hole with fourth first half turnovers that contributed to 24-0 West Virginia lead. Mountaineers scored on two touchdown runs by tailback Dave Riley at 108 yards on 15 carries, a 54-yard touchdown bomb from quarterback Dan Kendra to wide receiver Cedric Thomas after scoring twice in third quarter to pull within 24-14. The Terps scored 2 points with West Virginia botched punt snap. Wide receiver Vince King, who had 121 yards receiving on 7 catches, then took free kick to 5-yard line to set up 4 cracks for touchdown, but Maryland gained only 3 yards to end threat and wasted another chance inside the West Virginia 20-yard line in the fourth quarter. Final desperation pass by Terps quarterback Larry Dick fell incomplete in the end zone. Next, we got the Penn State Nittany Lions at number 10 facing number 9 Houston, where Penn State, the number 10 team in the country, beat number 9 Houston 31-14. The Nittany Lions unleashed balanced attack on weary Houston squad playing its second game in 6 days. Penn State rushed for 276 yards and quarterback Chuck Fusina completed 15 of 23 for 245 yards. Cougars had game tied 7-7 on running back Alois Blackwell's first of 2 touchdowns, but Lions reeled off 13 straight points to take control. Houston lost Veer Magician quarterback Donnie Davis with sound shoulder separation was blocked in second half. Afterward, Coach Bill Yeoman answered the question about injuries beyond that of Davis. That's like asking Mrs. Lincoln if anyone else was hurt. Grambling beat Morgan State in New York 35-19. As Big Apple spotlight was on Grambling quarterback Doug Williams, and he's excelled in it. As Williams threw for 370 yards, 4 touchdowns, lifted his touchdown pass total to 9 in 2 games, established credentials as Heisman candidate. Most of Williams' passes found either tight end Mike Moore, who had 142 yards receiving and a touchdown and 7 catches, or wide receiver Robert Woods, who had 106 yards receiving 6 catches, who opened scoring with catch a 51-yard bomb. Morgan State quarterback Allen Rose threw for 201 yards, but had his 2 touchdown tosses overshadowed by 3 interceptions. Clemson defeated Georgia, the number 17 team in the country, by a score of 7-6. Tigers won for the first time in Athens since 1914 behind a brilliant defensive effort. Now both defenses excelled in the first half that ended scoreless. Bulldogs forced punt from deep in Clemson's territory on Tigers' first series of second half, but Georgia cornerback Billy Woods fumbled punt right back to Tigers at his 4-yard line. Clemson quarterback Steve Fuller used his NFL-bound receiving corpse to move into scoring position, hitting wide receiver Jerry Butler with a 15-yard pass. Wide receiver Dwight Clark with a 17-yard effort. Clemson scored on a 2-yard run by tailback Lester Rubber Duck Brown. Georgia was kept off scoreboard until very late. Quarterback Jeff Pyburn flipped 8-yard touchdown to tight end Ulysses Norris with 6 seconds left, only 2 plays after Norris threw a 50-yard pass to wide receiver Jesse Murray, who had 112 yards receiving on 6 catches. Bulldogs went for win, but game ended on an overthrown 2-point pass. Tailback Warren Ratchford rushed for 77 yards for Clemson. Mississippi upset number 3 Notre Dame 20-13. For all its bumbling, 5 turnovers, block punt, and myriad of penalties, Notre Dame took a 13-10 lead with 4:53 left on kicker Dave Reeves' 28-yard field goal. With Ole Miss quarterback Bobby Gardner wilting in high humidity, Coach Ken Cooper turned to former starter quarterback Tim Ellis, the hero of Alabama's upset in 1976. Ellis hit for 68 yards on winning 80-yard touchdown drive, delivered 10-yard touchdown to fullback Jim Story, who had caught 10-yard scoring pass from Garner earlier. Notre Dame final 2 hollow drives ended on fumble by fullback Jerome Evans, who set up Ole Miss kicker Hoppy Langley's 27-yard insurance field goal and on interception by quarterback Rusty Lish. Indiana beat Louisiana State by a score of 21-21. Traveling 88 yards and 70 yards to pull out upset win, Hoosiers rallied in the fourth quarter. Indiana scored on a 19-yard touchdown pass from quarterback Scott Arnett, the tight end Dave Haragati, an 11-yard run by tailback Rick Ennis. Confident LSU had built its 21-10 lead behind tailback Charles Alexander, who rushed for 122 yards and two touchdowns, with Indiana rushing for 282 yards to 280. For Tigers, difference was Arnett's 148 yards passing. Iowa beat Iowa State 12-10. Wilderness had ended in interstate rivalry, but Common's defenses reigned in serious revival after 43 years. The Hawkeyes upset Iowa State behind quick defense that helped Cyclones to 96 yards total offense. Iowa was not much better because gaining 192 yards, but managed to score two early touchdowns. But bucking for spot in the starting lineup, Iowa tailback Dennis Mosley raced 77 yards for his first team's touchdown, while steady fullback John Lazar added eventual winning touchdown later in the first quarter in 10-yard run. Lazar's touchdown was set up by a fumble by Iowa State quarterback Terry Rubley. After being hit by Hawks defensive end Jim Molini, the Cyclones defensive back Tom Buck scored on a 63-yard punt return. Nebraska beat the University of Alabama, the number 4 team in the country, 31-24. Nebraska righted its season using 5 interceptions to upend Crimson Tide, as despite turnovers, Alabama tied it at 24-24 early in the fourth quarter. Alabama tied it at 24-24 early in the fourth quarter on a 1-yard touchdown run by halfback Tony Nathan, who had 90 yards on 16 carries. The Huskers responded 80-yard drive keyed by quarterback Tom Sawley's 33-yard pitch to wide receiver Tim Smith. That ended on a winning 1-yard scoring dive by I-back Rick Burns, who had 23 carries for 128 yards. Nebraska defensive back Jim Pillen was hero with 2 late interceptions of Bama quarterback Jeff Rutledge, who would not throw another pick until second week of 278 school record 100 straight passes. Burns scored 3 touchdowns, 2 on short runs, and 7-yard reception, while Alabama wide receiver Ozzie Newsome caught 8 passes for 132 yards receiving. Next, Arkansas beat Oklahoma State 28-6. Although Cowboys tailback Terry Miller gained 132 yards for 24 carries. Terry Miller, the tailback, gained 24 carries for 132 yards. Razorback running back Ben Cowens was a dominant player, scoring twice among his 21 carries to 203 yards rushing. Cowens opened scoring with 1-yard touchdown run in the first quarter that was matched by teammate quarterback Houston Nutt for 14-0 lead. Hogs went 80 yards on the second quarter drive, capped by wide receiver Danny Bobo's 22-yard run on reverse for commanding 3-touchdown lead. Cowboys added 72 yards scoring burst in the third quarter, while Cowboys finally mustered a fourth quarter drive to 1-yard touchdown keeper by quarterback Jimmy Derrick. Meanwhile, linebacker Larry Jackson sparked the Arkansas defense with 20 tackles. And finally, Oregon beat Texas Christian 29-24 as the Ducks of Oregon won for the first time under coach Rich Brooks despite blowing 3-touchdown lead. Oregon safety Kenny Bryant returned interception 97 yards early in the fourth quarter for a 24-3 lead. Ashley Bryant never reached end zone but was credited with touchdown as 2CU linebacker Steve Barker came off bench to tackle him midway downfield. Horned Frogs rallied behind backup quarterback Don Harris, who threw two touchdowns of 17 yards to wide receiver Tony Commando and 23 yards to wide receiver Mike Renfro. With lead cut to 24-17, Ducks went to air with disastrous results as quarterback Jack Henderson threw interception return 39 yards for touchdown by defensive back Barry Creighton, with game-tied Oregon defensive tackle Neil Elshire made clutch sack of Harris for safety, but in doing so was lost for season with knee injury. Ducks kicker Roy Geiger added 39-yard insurance field goal. So that concludes a look at the games that were played during week 2 of September 17th, 1977. Let's get into the AP poll as September 19th, 1977 is concerned. Number 20 was Brigham Young. 19 Houston, UCLA. Number 18 West Virginia. Number 17, 16 Arkansas. 15 Washington State. 14 Nebraska. 13 Florida. Mississippi 12. And number 11 Notre Dame. The top 10 round out as this. Number 10 Alabama. Number 9 Texas. Number 8 Colorado. Number 7 Texas Tech. Number 6 Texas A&M. Penn State number 5. Ohio State number 4. 3 Oklahoma. 2 Southern California. And Michigan was number 1. Once again, the top 10 had Alabama, 9 Texas, 8 Colorado, 7 Texas Tech, 6 Texas A&M, 5 Penn State, 4 Ohio State, 3 Oklahoma, 2 Southern California, and number 1 team in the country was the Michigan Wolverines. So that includes the week that was college football history review, the 1977 college football season. For week 2, the games that were played on September 17th, 1977. September 17th, 1977. The week that was, week 2. Please like and subscribe and comment on the channel. I'll do a video this matter tomorrow. Until then, talk to you soon.